Hello, my name's Stephen Crouch. I'm Chief Executive of Davies Gleave. Welcome to our Global High-Speed Rail Summit.
This is going to be a key priority for Britain in terms of modernising its transport infrastructure over the next generation. We in this country should systematically learn from the experience of so many of the countries represented here today in developing high-speed rail.
The Tokaido Shinkansen, operated by JR Central, has had no casualties for 45 years. There is no casualties from the start of operation. And this record does not arise from simply having good rolling stock, but has been made possible since we have managed high-speed railways integrally.
We used to be the prime mover on this area, and we have been now outrun by other countries. You can see a very spectacular development of high-speed lines in Europe, mainly I would say in Spain, Italy, Germany, and now in the UK with the opening of HS1. France has been beaten by its neighbours, and it's a good thing for high speed, obviously.
The first high-speed line in Spain was opened. The commercial operations began on April 1992, and the political decision was taken only 5 years and a half before, in 1986. So we only needed 5 years and a half between the political decision and the beginning of the commercial operations. Today we have almost 1,000 miles, and in 2010 we will have almost 1,400 miles of high-speed tracks.
It's clear every new high-speed line you construct, I think, makes capacity free on the traditional lines. And the question is, what are you doing with that? And I have seen quite a number of cases in other countries. I was surprised that there was a concept, of course, what to do with high speed and these kind of things to a better connection, shortening travel time. But there was no concept what to do now with the free capacity on the traditional line. And these are two sides of the same medal.
From rail to rail, and high speed is the new word for the railway transport. We are the first company in Italy and in Europe that tries to operate in a competitive market.
I'd like to thank Davies Gleave for hosting and organising this event today, and I'd like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to them for the role they've played in making the case for high-speed rail and the top-class research they've produced on this. And today, addressing the brightest and best of the rail industry, I'm confident that we are about to embark on another transport revolution in this country. We have long had the technology, and now it looks as if we finally have the political commitment. If we are elected, our plans for a new line to Birmingham, Manchester and Leeds will go ahead.
We are seeing demand for the railways grow and grow and grow. There are few businessmen in the country that would turn away from a challenge that says demand for your product or service is going to double over the next 30 years. Imagine Stuart Rose at Marks & Spencer's saying, oh my God, I've got twice as many people who want to buy my product. What am I going to do about it? This is a wonderful challenge for the railway, and it's one that we should rise to.
We've got a panel discussion now. Could I ask the panellists to make their way up onto the stage, please?
And we have to make a case which is bigger than a transport case. It will never be funded out of the transport budget. It has to be a national economic case.
Absolutely. I think we've come a long way in the last couple of years since Green Gauge 21 was set up, and it's fantastic to have this conference here today, to have the political support that we've got across the parties and the range of organisations we've got coming to talk to us. This is a great achievement, but it's no small thing moving forward. We need to keep that consensus going, and there are big challenges.
Now, I'm an optimist. in politics and in life. I believe that providing you are sane and sensible, it is possible to achieve great objects, that it's absolutely possible for us to deliver the same kind of rail technology in this country, which is now standard across most of the developed world, that we simply have to have a political will and a credible plan in order to be able to proceed with high-speed rail. And as I look back in history, I have every reason to think that as we get on with it, we develop high-speed too, we make high-speed a standard part of our national technological rail infrastructure in this country, that who knows, in 40 or 50 years' time, we could be a world leader.
At the end of this inaugural high-speed rail summit on September the 9th, 2009, we spoke to some of the key participants.
What's really extraordinary is to see these things side by side. I mean, you can go on a sort of technical visit to Germany and you understand the ICE fleet and the issues and problems they've had. But to hear what's happened across the world, to hear France put alongside Germany, alongside Italy, alongside Spain, Japan and so on, I mean, it really is exciting. I mean, it was an exciting day. I learnt stuff, and you learn things from the sort of comparisons as much as anything. And what do people say are the problems? You know, in Italy, well, we've got this problem dealing with the state-owned railway, but we have a good regulatory system. You hear in France, I mean, these may seem arcane subjects, but in France you hear SNCF, the state monopoly provider at the moment, saying, we have a problem with our regulator. We don't know what the track charges are going to be. Now, you might think these are all sort of detailed points, but there are valuable lessons. Well, in building high-speed rail, we need to have good regulation. We need to know what the track access charges are. Otherwise, we won't get funding. So, yeah, terrific stuff.